How to let go of past financial failures. Here's how. First things first, don't brainwash yourself with CNN, constant negative news. How many of you agree right now, the news are having friggin' party in terms of fear mongering, right? What are we hearing on news nowadays? Recession, we're all gonna die, Have you ever noticed they always find something that really scares our survival brain every single time? Yes, it's the beauty of the news, right? How good are they at getting your attention? And what's funny is if you really pay attention to the news, you'll notice it's kind of the same thing told 5 years ago being told again, right? But people are buying into it, we get scared by it, but that manipulates you. That's the problem. That holds people back. Because if you're allowing your life that represents lack to make you feel like you are lack, are you going to do something that's abundant? Are you going to take massive risks? If you're saying times are tough, are you going to be thinking, oh my God, I got to do something big right now? No, you'll just be playing not to lose in your life, lacking total abundance. In fact, there's a story of a hot dog cart man. And basically his story was, he is almost at the end of his life. And he's an elderly gentleman. He struggled most of his life with finances, but he was almost at the end. So he thought, let me do something big. And he decided he wanted to send his son to university and be able to pay for his son's tuition fee in cash. How many of you know how much universities charge nowadays? It wasn't cheap. And he's never done anything like that. But he knew he was at the end of his life. So he wanted to do this for his son. So he decided to put his life savings into buying a hot dog cart business. Day one, the business happens and he pushes his brand new hot dog cart to a very busy place that looks like middle of New York. And he's brimming with this abundant energy, playing to win. And because he's brimming with this energy, people begin to do business with him, buy hot dogs. And before you know it, morning stock ends up selling out. And now he's got profit. And he thinks, I'm going to shop in the afternoon as well so I can sell more. So he ends up circulating and investing in afternoon stock. He shows up in the afternoon stock ends up selling out. Dinner time comes and he thinks, you know what? Let me play to win. He ends up buying this LED strip for his hot dog cart, buying a load of batteries. So that way his hot dog cart can operate in the middle of the night. So every single day he's playing to win, playing to win, playing to win, playing to win. And before you know it, after several months, he ends up winning. And he can't believe it. He sat in his lounge with tears in his heart, tears in his eyes, just thinking, I made it. And shortly after, he ends up sending his son to university. But after a couple years, things did turn for the worse. His son's now at university and he's flicking through the newspaper like he normally does. And all of a sudden, it says in a big, bold writing, warning, recession's coming. Warning, recession's coming. He reads that, starts panicking and thinks, I've got to tell dad. So he jumps in his car, drives fast down to his dad's house, starts knocking on the door. Dad answers and dad says, what's wrong, son? He says, Dad, this is so bad. Read this. It says recession's coming. You got to stop doing the stuff you're doing in your business, Dad. It's too risky. And as soon as his son went back to university, this elderly guy was sat in his lounge, looking up at the ceiling, thinking, it's true, recession's coming. And in that moment, a unique psychological shift happened. He went from abundance energy, playing to win, to all of a sudden, playing not to lose, scarcity. And that morning was his day back at work. And he's thinking, I don't want to lose my business. And so he decides to just take a couple buns and a couple hot dogs and anxiously pushes his hot dog cart to the place he normally goes. And because he's so anxious, because he's coming from restriction, constriction, scarcity, his customers end up going to his competitors. And in that moment, he's totally shocked, thinking, oh my God, it's true. Recession's coming. My customers are going. And the afternoon comes and he's thinking, I'm not going to shop in the afternoon. Recession's coming. Evening time comes and he's thinking, I'm not going to spend money on batteries. Recession's coming. And after every single day, he's playing not to lose, playing not to lose, playing not to lose. And does he end up losing everything? Yes or no? He ends up going bankrupt. And he's now in this lounge with tears of guilt, tears of sadness, flowing down his face. He doesn't know what's happened. And one afternoon, His son walks back in and says, I told you, Dad, recession's coming. The moral of this story is very simple. How you decide to show up, regardless of the circumstances, changes your life. Are there millionaires being made during a recession? Crazy amount, by the way. Very, very successful people being made in the recession. Are there people that struggle during a recession? Yes or no, by the way. So the question is, are you going to play to win, or are you going to play not to lose?